Last week, Google released their latest open model, Gemma 4, and it gives you the possibility to actually run the model offline and locally, that's within your machine. And it has me thinking about all the AI chatbot subscriptions I have. Currently, I'm running $20 subscriptions on Gemini for anti-gravity and then on Claude. But after installing Gemma 4 locally and building a local RAG pipeline around it, it really has me thinking, like, do I really need to pay for these subscriptions? And I'm not only talking about cost here, even though cutting cost is one of the most important things to think about when you're building an application. I'm talking about security, I'm talking about privacy. A lot of companies and individuals don't find it comfortable sharing proprietary data with a cloud provider. So this is a really, really great way to keep all your stuff within your control and still get that same satisfaction that you get from online cloud providers. I read a lot of white papers from AWS, and previously what I do is I go to the AWS white paper website and I download the white paper and feed that to an AI chatbot. I use Gemini, and then when I feed that, I start going back and forth, asking it questions, trying to understand what the content of the white paper. But in this case, what I would do is I would grab the white paper and feed it to my local RAG and go back and forth with it. So I'm on the white paper website. What I'll do is I'll scroll down. I'll just look for a white paper with respect to containers. Let me just search for that. An overview of the AWS Cloud Adoption Framework. No. Container build lens. Let me see this. Is it a white paper? Yes, it is. All right, it has design principles. It has pillars of well-architected framework. All right, let's just use this one. I'll download the PDF. I'll save that to my machine. And what I'll do is that I'll start my local RAG application, my chatbot application. All right, so we have this application running at this endpoint or at this link. I'll just run it. And currently, this is, I have within my pipeline or within the RAG application, I have 4 documents. And what I want to do is I want to add the document I just downloaded. So I'll click on upload. I'll navigate to, what was the name? Container build lens. I'll open that. And as you can see here, it's running. Let me just go to the console. And when it's done syncing, it will actually let me know. So what's happening here is that the application grabs the PDF I just downloaded, it breaks it down into chunks, and then it converts those chunks to vector embeddings, and it saves it into the Facebook AI similarity search vector database. That's the local vector database I'm using with this application. So it helps me now to query the document, to query stuff from the document and actually understand what the document is talking about. The document was how many pages? It was 63 pages. Okay. All right, so it has succeeded. As you can see in the message here, it says successfully indexed 1,925 chunks. Great. So now I can actually, it had to display here. I think if I refresh, it'll display here. Let me just refresh. Okay, 5, yeah. Okay, here's the document we just added. So I can now go to the intelligence chat and maybe ask it a question like, can you help educate me on the well-architected pillars for, what's the name of the document? Container build lens. Container build lens. Okay, as you can see, it has read the document. He has queried the information from the vector database and is letting us know. And bear in mind that all of this is running locally. So I can actually turn off my internet and it will still work perfectly. So let's see what it wrote, what it brought back. Yep, as this, I can certainly help educate you on the well pillars for the container build lengths, and brought it back. And I can now go back and forth and really ask for more fine-grained information. And it will really, it will work as though I'm using, a cloud-hosted model. And I really like it because sometimes a client or your whatever company you're working for, they have proprietary data and they want to learn more about that data and without, pushing that data to a cloud provider. Building systems like this for the organization is really essential to make sure that personal identifiable information is not shared publicly and everything stays within the company. I'm glad you like this one. I'll show you now step by step from scratch how I built this using Ollama, Gemma 4, EmbeddedGemma, and the Facebook AI similarity search vector database. Also, I used AWS Strands for the agentic aspect of the application. Thanks.